All right, next thing we're going to be looking at is Juice Shop. So on Juice Shop, we're not really going to be going through and actually doing everything on there. There's a bunch of things you can do. More or less just kind of be having fun with it, okay? So following the documentation that's in your PDF, we go ahead and get Juice Shop up and running. And then I can head on over to 127.0.0.1 on port 3000. We do see we have Juice Shop here, okay? Now I've already solved a bunch of these challenges, just kind of me just playing around with it, things like that. But let's go ahead and let's play around. Let's see what we got here, right? So there is something in here called scoreboard. All right, if we go to that scoreboard, we can see that we can find different things on here. All right, one of the actual challenges is actually to find the scoreboard. But there you go. I give you one SCORE tac board. All right, and you can actually find that in the main.js file. If we actually do a control U, you go to main.js. If you decide to read this whole thing using a JavaScript beautifier for code beautify, we can actually read that whole thing like right there. You can actually find that scoreboard. You will notice it starts to do challenges. It will say the scoreboard has been updated. So if you just control F, scoreboard, right, we can start to kind of look through here and see if we can find something called scoreboard or where that would actually, the location that would actually be at, right, to be able to find the scoreboard, or maybe just type in board or score or something like that, right, and we actually just saw it. If I actually go back one, there's like right there, app, tac score, tac board. Okay, so we know that there is some type of scoreboard on here, and then it does say resolve score tac board. Okay, in the app bar. All right. So once there you have it, click the tutorial button on the scoreboard challenge to proceed, and we do see that scoreboard link right there. So we can see that there is something called scoreboard in here. Let's continue on. So we need to log in some different accounts, things like that. So if we log out of here, we go to account login, and we do something like that, or 1 equals 1. Right, put in A as the password. We can see that we do log in as the admin account. All right. Now let's say we wanted to not log in as the admin. We want to log in as another user. Right. We can go ahead and we can do that again. And from here, what we can say is we can say, hey, we don't want to log as admin. Anyone but admin. Right. Anyone but that user, like right there. So we say that, or 1 equals 1. Okay. Just like we did before, right? But this time we're going to say and email. Not like, and then we're going to do a parenthesis, percent sign, admin, percent sign, parenthesis, like right there, okay? And what this says is this shows MySQL or a database that, hey, we don't want to see anything that starts with admin or ends with admin, right? Anywhere that says admin, we don't want to see that, okay? Do a tac. I think that's going to be the whole command. We'll go ahead and we'll control C that. All right, so we don't want to see any emails like that. And we see that we're now Jim. Okay, we could do that again for Jim, right? We can say admin, and then we can say Jim or Jim. I believe we could do. We could try that like real quick. Might have to mess with it like a little bit. We can control ahead and do that. Not like admin or I think or is a command that we can use in here. Percent sign Jim, right? Percent sign Jim. We can try something like that and then try to log in maybe. Don't know if that's actually going to work like right there, but that or try to log in. And now okay, it's still Jim probably because it's stopping at the very first command and saying, all right, cool, there you go, big guy. Like we're done with that. But we keep messing around with that and see if we can get anywhere else. Okay, we might have to actually put it here, like or Jim, like this in here. But I think this might be the last time I try to mess with it to see if we can get or Jim or whatever else. We can try A again, Control C, try to log in like that. Let's see what our account is, and we're admin for some reason. Okay, so it's just taking that one command, just saying that. Okay, you could also, if you figured out other users, you could also try to log in as those users, just straight up as them, right? I believe one of the users are from Futurama, if I remember correctly, and it's I believe it's Bender. Okay, so if we go ahead and this is because I've done Juice Shop multiple times, I've used it multiple times, stuff like that. So if we go ahead and we can say and email like, we can say Bender, right? Then we can say A, I think it's Bender. We'll go ahead and we'll copy that just in case it's like Fry or something like that. We log in, cool. And we logged in with Bender's account there, right? We can see that that does actually work right there, right? So Juice Shop is a great tool just to be able to mess around with, see, what can you do with it and things like that, right? There's a lot more things we could look at on here. Okay, we can go ahead and we can grab that IP address like right there. We can try to use Ferox Buster on it. Okay, now Ferox Buster may kill it, just so you know. Okay, so I'm only going to let it run for a couple seconds. I'm going to stop it, okay? But we do see that there's an API redirect assets. If you run this long enough, you will see that FTP also exists down here. So we try something like FTP. All right, or we get rid of this pound sign like right there, do an FTP. We see that there's an FTP server in here, okay? Um, we see that it's allowing certain type of files, like we got this legal information in here, right? We do have this coupons.md.back, so we might be able to try like download that or do like a curl for it maybe or something like that, right? And actually get rid of that .back file. So we say like curl tac v, and we'll go ahead and we'll grab that like right there, right? And we can actually see what it's actually trying to tell us here, right? See if we could actually use something in here. We could also try to save it, right? We could try to download it or whatever else, and just continue working out like that, right? Some other things that we could try to do is we could try to throw like, let's say, an XSS tool at it. Okay, so if you go out to GitHub, and we'll do XSS tool. It should be one, yep, XSS strike. I'll say it should be one of the very first ones. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll grab that code like right there. We'll do a quick git clone for that guy like right there. And we have the XSS strike, CD and the XSS strike, right? All right, cool. So we have XSS strike.py. Since we have requirements.txt in here, what we can do is a pip3 install tac r requirements.txt. Now, this is going to say that you're going to break the system packages. Okay, you can add that in there, or you can do like a pipx install. All right, that's a new thing with pip. Okay, or like you could do pipx install period maybe. Do shop. Okay, now they're set up that pi nor pi project. Okay, so it doesn't really seem to like that very much, like right there. Pipx, I thought I could do the requirements. Looks like it doesn't really care about those requirements, huh? Like right there. So I'll have to look at that through pipx. But usually I just do a break system. Tac r requirements.txt break system packages. On Ubuntu and things like that, it doesn't seem to like it. On Kali, it doesn't really seem to care. All right, but some operating systems or some versions of Linux, stuff like that, that does actually break it. On Kali, it doesn't really seem to care too much, but obviously be mindful of it. Pipx is the new one. So what we can do from here now is we can run a Python that XSS strike.py, and we can see that we can do a target. So let's go ahead and do a control U, and we can run it on this guy, that 127.0.0.1.3000, right? And we can actually give it a level. So we can actually tell it to, hey, I want you to go so many levels deep, right? So we can say something like tac crawl, and then we can say how deep we want it to go, right? With that level, the level of crawling. So we can say 5 pages deep. Let's try something like that, right? We can enter there, and it's going to go through, and it's going to say, hey, we found some stuff, right? This looks like it is vulnerable to a couple things, okay? So we got some vulnerable components in here, all right? So that's something that we could look at, like right there. We can start to look into these different things, what these different locations are, and see, is it actually vulnerable? We don't just want to take xssstrike.py's word for it. We can also try something with SQL map, right? And we could try attack u and put in that same exact thing, like right there. And then we could say, I don't know, what is it, tac level, I believe it is. No, not tac level. It's a tac crawl. Let's do an SQL map. Tac u, that guy, tac crawl, and we'll say like 5 or some of that. Crawl 5, I think it is. Tac batch. Let's see if that works like right there. It does. So this is going to go through it. Just try to crawl 5 pages, see if we can find anything, okay? Now, since we didn't put that little pound sign in there, we might want to try something like that. And if we're going to put the pound sign in there, we may want to put quotation marks around it. All right, see if it finds anything. It doesn't. We can do the same exact thing with XSS strike. We go ahead and throw that pound sign in there and see if we can crawl that like right there. And hopefully it's actually still up and running. Yep, looks like it is. Okay. If it wasn't, that would be back to a login screen there or whatever. Or back to my regular, let's just say Kali. So there's another thing right there, right? So we know that there's cross-site scripting in here, things like that. We can go ahead and you can look at the scoreboard and try to figure the things out, right? So we go ahead and do scoreboard, and we could just try to figure different stuff out. You could just look at, let's say, just XSS stuff. We could look at just difficulty of 1 star. So, an easy difficulty, we say all, and then we kind of look through here. We have a DOM XSS, right? So it wants us to perform that with this, like right here. We could try something like that, maybe on that search portion of it. I don't really see many places that we could actually put something like that in there. We do get that XSS back, so it did work, right? And we solved that. Okay, so you can start kind of go through and see what it actually wants you to do, or you can just play with it, right? Use the bonus payload of this, okay? Probably in the search function again. I think this actually plays Never Gonna Give You Up. That sound like right there. Little Rick, Rick rolled like right here. All right, cool. So it does, and we do get. Oh, it's the Olaf's Juke Shop jingle, which sounds horrible because it's trying to play through here. But you can actually send up whatever iframe you want to. All right, and you can just change what that where it's going to. Right, you want to get the points for it, but you can do whatever you want with that. Right. Let's see what else we have. We have the privacy policy, read our privacy policy. You can also call for hints, right? We say, okay, hey, let me see a hint here, okay? And it'll actually kind of show you how to do things, stuff like that, right? Um, we got the bully the chatbot, receive a coupon code from the support chatbot. All right, that's shenanigans, brute force. Confidential document, access confidential document. That might be in that FTP. Actually, that one like right there. All right. Doesn't look like you want to go to that FTP. Did we do it without a pound sign? Yep. So there's our legal document like right there, right? Um, so that might be our privacy, but we may also be able to go into quarantine maybe. We have a couple things in here. It looks like they have some malware, things like that. URL download. Let's see what that is like right there, right? We can try to open these different things up. Okay. Looks like they're trying to do some malware stuff. Somebody was already trying to attack them, things like that, right? Um, so yeah, you go through acquisitions, planned acquisitions. Our shareholders be excited. It's not true. No fake news. No cap. Only facts. Now it's been encrypted. Okay. We may be able to actually unencrypt this. Okay. If we take this whole thing, all right, and we go into CyberChef. So let's go ahead and head over to CyberChef. We may be able to unencrypt it. We'll find out. All right. Now CyberChef has a cool thing where you can just drop something into it, right? Just throw it into the input to see what happens. And it might be able to magically decode it in the output. Doesn't look like it is able to with this one like right here. So we'd have to try to figure out what type of data format this is and things like that. So we could take part of this, right? And we could try to throw it into Google maybe. And see if Google comes back with anything. Right, decoded hash value. Looks like it's an MD5 it's saying. So we could try that like right there. We could try to decode it or whatever else we want to do. It says Google said it was MD5. I don't know how much I believe that, like right there. Juice shop announcement, right? We obviously see that like right there. University code FCP announcement. Okay, so we're on the right track here, obviously, right? So issue. Yep, there's that guy like right there. Okay, let's go ahead and see what. Nope, that thing doesn't show anything. Okay, he's saying RSA for some reason. That's definitely not RSA. It's not RSA key. No padding brute force challenge. So it might be. Who knows, right? So something like that, right? We can go ahead and we can try to look through these different things. Um, we don't know what this is. Oh, that's the actual code, like right there itself, right? So it looks like quite a few people have looked at this. Could also just be a little like haha, right? Here's our coupon codes, like right there, right? So, but this guy, he definitely says that we can only look at OWASP Juice Shop. Only MD and PDF files are allowed. Okay. One thing with Juice Shop that you will notice is that depending on what you use it on, so if it's on a VM versus Try Hack Me versus I think it's like Cactus, some of that server versus all these different servers, things like that, right? You might be able to get some things, other things you won't be able to. Okay, so that's something just to realize with that. So we literally may not be able to complete some of these challenges. But like I said, play around on it. Utilize the tools that we used. Use Burp Suite on it. Try to find out different things with Burp Suite maybe. Look at the code, right? Look at your if we have anything down here, right? If we have anything, maybe make an admin, right? So if we go to account and we go to log out and we try to sign up for a new account, right? If we do a not yet a customer, we can put information into here and we can try to make ourselves an admin, right? So test2 at test.com, test, test 1234, test 1234, test, oh, security question, yeah, whatever, test. Okay, and we can go ahead and we can fire up our Foxy proxy here, right? Just like we did before, fire up Burp Suite, right? Boom, boom. Okay, and we'll hop in and we'll be able to take a look at this and see can we actually register a new user and then make that user an admin, right? So let's go and try that like real quick. Once Burp Suite decides to start up here, there we go. So we'll go over to proxy. We will intercept this on now, and we'll go ahead and we'll register this user, and we do intercept it. Let's go ahead and send that to the repeater. Send that off, and let's see what we get back. All right, and we can see something in here called role customer. What if we actually change this up to, let's say, test 3, right? And we do something along the line of, I don't know, we'll just do down here, role admin, right? Comma. And then we go ahead and we send that up. And we can see that is a success. We were successful in doing that, right? Our ID number is 23, and we have this email test3@test.com. Now what happens? I wonder what happens if we change that ID to 1. What happens? We'll go ahead and we'll send that up, okay? It did not like that. Email must be unique, okay? Well, if I change the ID to 1, we do test 4. Let's try that. We can send that up, okay? It didn't take the ID 1. It said, nope, you're ID 24 now, or whatever else, right? So that's just what you're going to have to deal with there. But our role is admin for both test 3 and test 4. So now we could technically log in as an administrator on this machine, right? So if we go back to our account, log in, we go to test3@test.com, test 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are now an administrator on this machine, right? There's their there's their policy statement. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We have request data export. We change password, two-factor authentication, last login IP, right? We look at things like that. Okay, and yeah, let's go ahead and let's check with the order history or something. Okay, we have no orders, right? Nothing like that. Okay, trying to see if we have anything in here that we might be able to utilize, right? To be able to maybe see what people are buying, anything like that, right? So let's go ahead. Let's try to buy something real quick. Since we're just kind of playing around, like I said. Actually, let's actually go check out this, right? What we got here? We got our support chat, our complaint, customer feedback, huh? This is a contact customer feedback. We got a rating here. All right. 1 star, 2 star, authors that. Comment. Let's go ahead and try script, alert, XSS, script. We can try something like that, right? And let's go ahead and start this up like right here. Our Foxy proxy over here, Burp Suite. Rating, we'll give them 1 star, right? I have no idea what 7 times 5 minus 8 is, but I'm sure that we can figure that out, right? Oh, let's go ahead and turn off Foxy proxy real quick. All right, that's 27. Okay, so thank you very much, Internet, for helping me. All right, so we'll say 27. Let's go ahead and drop that. Intercept off and on. Boom. And we'll go ahead and we'll submit that. So we get this back like right here, right? Let's go ahead and send that off to the repeater. Let's see if we can't change the rating maybe to 1 to 0 stars, right? And we'll send that off. Let's see what happens here. All right, that was successful, and we gave them a rating of 0 stars. That sucks. Well, what if we change our user ID? Like, what if we do like 1, right? And then we send that off. What happens? Can we make it seem like, yeah, we made it seem like another user did it. It looks like user ID 1, right? So it looks like another user sent that up, that 0 star rating, like right there. What if we give them a 10 star rating? Can we actually give them more? We can. So we changed the rating to 10 stars now, and user ID 1 did that. We'll actually make user ID 2 do that. We'll send that off. Boom. Okay, so someone's got a couple 10 stars and a couple 0 stars ratings now, right? And there we go. We actually forged feedback, put someone else's feedback in another username, and we also gave a devastating 0 star review, right? Feedback on the store. Oh, I hate to see it, right? So there's those things like right there. Let's go ahead and turn off this Foxy proxy. Now, when I was going through the web penetration testing course with eLearn Security, Juice Shop was huge, right? This is what I did a lot of my training on, what I learned the most on, and I feel like it is really one of the best things that you can get, right? To be able to just do web application training on. And if you don't know something, there weren't hints at that time. You didn't get those cool hints or anything like that. I don't think there was even a Docker container for it at that time. So people are continuing to try to help and continuing to try to make it easier for others to be able to get into this, be able to do penetration, things like that. That's pretty cool, like right there. So that's pretty cool, like little thing right there. Is that the? I mean, it looks like a Raspberry Pi, but it might be one. Yeah, it is a Raspberry Pi. There's the Pi like right there, the little Pi sign. Oh, okay, he made a little pie stack right there. That's pretty cool. And he's got the Legos. Oh, sorry. But yeah, people are they're trying to make it easier for people to get into this and learn more about it, things like that. Like I said, those hints, things like that, they didn't exist at that time. So having those hints and stuff, that is huge, I feel like, and really, really helpful. Let's go ahead and try to add in a script into here because it looks like this would be persistent, right? And then we'll go ahead and we'll pick an image. Looks like we can pick whatever we want. Actually, we got the shell.jpg like right here. This is like right now I was trying to do some other stuff before. Looks like it doesn't really want to do that one like right there. Do I have Fox proxy on? Is that why? Nope, that's disabled. Okay. Why won't it let me pick an image? SQL.text submit. Doesn't really want me to pick one of those images, does it? Go inspect that guy. What are you? You're a PNG file, huh? Let's go ahead and move that to a PNG file then. Move shell.jpg to a shell.png. See if that works. Or it might be looking at the magic bytes also and be like, hey, man, that ain't a PNG file or that's not a JPEG. Yeah. So I think it's just looking at the magic bytes and it's like, hey, dude, that's not right. So let's go ahead and actually locate a star.png file. And we can go ahead. Oh, maybe if I spell locate correct. We go ahead and try to upload a file in there and see, can we get persistent cross-site scripting, right? So let's go ahead and copy that to right here. And let's go ahead and we'll try to upload that. Pick an image. Yeah, it looks like it's got to see those magic bytes or whatever else. Let's go ahead and submit that, and let's see your image was successfully uploaded. Did it? Oh, there it is, like right there, right? Script alert access script. Okay, we could try like a different approach to this, right? We could try to upload it, image on source or whatever else. Cat scripts. Do I have just XSS in here? Nope, but I do have cookie stealer.txt. So we could always try like an image source X on error this source plus document cookie, right? And we could put in our IP address into there. We could always try something like that. And we could just say my IP address is actually 172.18.0.1, right? Or actually, this is 127.0.0.1 on port 3000. I don't know if that's actually going to work or not. Let's go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and see. We're doing ifconfig here. As you can see, I was messing with some stuff. We have 172.18.0.1. That is one of my IP addresses. We go ahead and try that like real quick. Throw that same image into there. Let's start with Python server on port 80 there, right? And we'll see if that doesn't give us a callback, because that would be pretty cool if it did. All right, nope, no callback there. Even if we refresh this, there's my two images like right there, right? And it's looking like it's not actually creating a callback or anything like that. That's okay though, right? That's okay. Like I said, just mess around with it, test things out, and have fun with it, right? That's the biggest thing. All right. Something I always like to try to do is I always like to try to buy something and then seeing if I can change the price of that thing, right? So if we go back to our juice shop over here and let's say we want to add this to the basket. Okay, so we add that to the basket. Cool. Let's go to your basket. All right. And it looks like it costs that much. It's saying they're out of stock, right? First off. So let's go ahead and see if A, we can make them have stock, and B, if we can actually check out of here. So let's go ahead and hit checkout. Okay, we'll add a new address in, US test 123456789 12345 test, and we'll live in New York, right? Let's go ahead and submit that. Probably intercepted it for us. Okay, the address has been successfully added. Cool. Let's go ahead and continue that. Now, obviously, on that, like right there, we would want to test cross-site scripting on each spot, everything like that, right? We'd want to test every single thing, right, that we could possibly test. Okay. We're not really seeing too much in here that we could possibly run. All right, so we'll just go ahead and we'll just forward these off, or we'll just do an intercept on off again. All right, and let's say we want 1-day delivery. We'll hit continue, and that costs more money, so that's okay, right? Still nothing in here that's crazy yet, so we can go ahead and let's look at the last one down here. Nothing in there looks crazy yet. No post request yet. That's really what I'm looking at, is if we have a post right there, that we have like gets for the APIs that we're calling for. There we go. Priority. We do have a priority like right there. Let's go ahead and forward that off and see if anything changes. Let's go ahead and forward all those off actually. And now we have our wallet balance, right? Let's go ahead and we try adding a credit card, right? Test. I think that's enough characters. I think it will tell you if it's not enough characters. We'll go ahead and we'll hit submit. Submit that. All right, we do see that the card number comes across, okay? We do have our expiration link right there, our full name of test, okay? That's our card. So that's good for us, okay? Not seeing much else. It is going to API cards, so we may be able to find other people's cards, right? And continue. Okay, didn't seem to want to actually take that one. Submit that. So save for your convenience, okay? Oh, okay. I just got to click on the card now. Then click continue. All right, now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and turn that intercept on again. And let's see if we can't place your order, right? You'll gain 500 bonus points. Let's see if we can get more bonus points also. All right, let's go ahead and send this off to repeater. We're seeing a lot of information out here, right? We have our coupon data, like right there. We try to see if we can get anything with that. That actually looks like a base 64, like right there, right? And we have a payment ID and our delivery method. So let's go ahead and let's try to base 64 that. Echo that into base 64 TAC-D. Okay, and it says null. Huh, that's weird. Wonder if we could make it say something, right? Or what we could do with that. We could say like 50% or 100% or, something like that. Let's go ahead and actually send that and see what kind of response we get. Order confirmation number. All right, but we don't see anything to be able to change prices or anything like that. We can change the delivery method. We can change the payment method. Let's actually try to change that to like 1 with the address of 1 and see what happens. It still gets an order confirmation, so I'm wondering, did we just change to someone else's card or something like that, right? But not really seeing too much else in here that we could actually mess with at this time, right? Just this real quick looking at it. We can obviously do something with that coupon data, right? So we can head over to CyberChef or something like that and see maybe what 50% looks like. Or we could try to echo 50, and then we'll base 64 that. Okay, that's 50. What about 50? Do we put a percent sign in here? Base 64 that? Let's try to do something like this, right? And see maybe if it becomes cheaper or if that's a valid code. We'll send that off to the repeater. We'll send that off like right there. Okay, we do get an order confirmation. So did we just get 50% off? We're not seeing a price. That's really what the problem is, like right there. Place your order, okay? You gain 0 bonus points from this order. We can track our order. Let's go ahead and track it, right? Order products. Expected delivery 1 day. Search results, that like right there. All right, so not really seeing anywhere that we can actually mess with prices though, huh? Let's go ahead and try to actually Foxy Proxy burp. Let's see if we can't change how many we can add to the cart. And I'm sure there is a way to be able to mess with the prices and things like that. I'm sure there is. Just haven't, throughout doing this real quick, just haven't done it yet, right? So add that to the basket. And I'm wondering if we actually have things in here that show how many we're adding, things like that. Okay. Priority 0. Set fetch empty cores. Yeah. Definitely probably have some things in here that we could actually utilize. But you notice how I'm just looking at every single one, right? There we go. There's our product ID, like right there, 24, basket 6, quantity 1. I wonder if we can add stuff into someone else's basket. Change the repeater. What can we put in like basket 1 and then say quantity 2000? Can we do something like that and then send it off? You can only order up to 5 items of this product. Okay, let's say 5 then. Invalid basket ID. Ooh, so we cannot. What about 2? Okay, 3. Okay, so it looks like we can't do that. We'd have to actually use 6. So it's not letting us put something in someone else's basket at this time, right? But you never know. ID 10, let's go ahead and try to change our ID then. Let's go ahead and say ID 1 and then put down basket ID 1. Let's try something like that. Let's see if that works. We'll send that off. Okay, invalid basket ID. Let's go back to 6. Send that off. And we have product ID must be unique. Product ID. Okay, let's try 23 then. Try to throw that into there. And we got to ID 1, but now it's saying ID 11, product ID 23, basket ID 6, quantity 5. So I don't think I did anything strange there. Let's go ahead and turn intercept off. And let's go ahead and look at our basket. Yep, doesn't look like I did anything strange there. I put it into my own basket. Our total price is something crazy, like right now, right? So let's go ahead and let's try it one more time. Burp, checkout, boom, boom. Okay, let's go ahead and head back over to my burp suite over here. We'll just do standard delivery this time. Let's go ahead and turn that intercept back on. Continue. Let's see what we got here. See if we have anything that shows us a price or anything like that. We didn't see anything last time, not see anything this time also, right? We do see our card there. But yep, nothing else really. Okay. We can say, hey, we want to use that card. Our wall balance is 500. Let's try to use that, huh? Let's try to use that wall balance of 500 like right there and see if we can't keep our wall balance at 500. Let's go ahead and hit pay. And can we not place your order and pay? And let's see what we got here. Wallets, address 7, delivery method 3. Okay. But yep, not seeing a total price anywhere to be able to change. That's all right. So, like I said, play around with it, have fun with it, and yeah, hopefully y'all learned something. Hopefully y'all saw, failure and success there, and we were able to kind of go around and just see what we can do with this, right? We may be able to mess with that REST API there, since we have REST user who am I. Maybe able to mess with that. Maybe able to mess with those that card service there, things like that. But just play around, have a good time, and I'll talk to you all later.